I'm Eric J Henderson, and today I'm the face of America. So this is a 1950 Kodak Brownie Hawkeye. If you imagine the iPhones that everyone has now, if any incident happens anywhere, the first reflex is people raise the phone. This was the first camera that did that. Before this model, we had photography, of course, but it wasn't popular photography. It wasn't available to the masses. So think how long ago that was. If this is 1950 and we're barely into the 2000s, we've only had about 40 years. I mean, give it a ramp period, take 10 years off, 40 years of mass film photography, and it's already gone. So I don't shoot with this for nostalgia. I shoot with it because I believe if we've had paint for thousands of years and other media for a long time, and we only had 40 years of film, there's a lot left to discover here. I think, well, I'll show you how I shoot with it. You'll hold it at your waist, look through this window, and so you get a chance to have angles that aren't available to most photographers these days because my whole field of vision is open. And so that's what this enables me to do. It's not a nostalgic photo, it's a 2018, it's a 2019, it's a future photo, excuse me, because I'm able to serve it. And that's what I love about this. I mean, it's a modern instrument that we have not exhausted. I am an artist. I put everything I've done under that label. And so after, I'll say 25 years working for large corporations and everything from GE to Pepsi, I found a camera on the ground in 2003 that made everything come together for me. It's a 1950 Kodak Brownie Hawkeye. And I started taking pictures, and before I knew it, 2 years straight, I took photos every day with this 1950 camera. And it consolidated everything I'd done before then, and it informs everything I've done after then. So today, what do? I still shoot, and I write, and I do consulting. The magic is in the process and in the output, specifically to change lives. And what the work I've done, I'll give a case. In Brazil, we go to a neighborhood called Nova Holanda, and what is called a favela, but since I didn't hear them say favela, I won't call it that. It's a neighborhood. And so I go there with 15 of these cameras, with people from major, I'll say, government organizations and nonprofits, and they just start taking pictures, and I go, stop. I shut down the project, and my friend Kristen will be the witness, and said, everybody, let's just take time here, because I didn't know how to tell them, stop, you can't just walk into a neighborhood and start taking pictures. How disrespectful. And so I found some kids on the street, and by kids I mean anybody from 3 years, 2 years walking to 20 years old, and just started talking. I sent one kid to go get me the photo man. And the people who were with me said, you know someone here? I said, no, go get me the photo man. And so he leaves, comes back 3 minutes later, a gentleman in a wheelchair who had a Canon D5, whatever. He had a beautiful digital camera. He had a pinhole camera that he made. He had another 3 or 4 cameras. He looked at mine and goes, oh yeah, Kodak Brownie Hawkeye. Oh, você pode tirar fotos com isso, não? I said, yeah, I can take photos with that. He knew everything. And so the respect and the change begins with respecting people, because I know in every hood you go to, there's somebody there who's been taking pictures for the past 30 years. I can't just get out of a nice taxi and start walking around someone's neighborhood and taking pictures. And so the change begins before you even do your work. It begins with respect. Then he gave me access to then go teach in the neighborhood, and we killed it. I told the children, I said, I'm not from any nonprofit you've ever heard. I don't want any NGO nonprofit pictures. I want no pictures of people. Você vai tirar uma foto de uma coisa que você acha que é legal. You take a picture of something you think is cool. And they went and came back and said, I took this picture. I said, yours is ugly, but how would I know? They're shooting on film. I could see in their faces they didn't do what I told them. And the people around me, they were like, Eric, you can't talk to these kids like that. And I said, sure I can. And they started laughing because they got where I was coming from. I said, now go back, don't take pictures of people. Oh man, and they killed it. The Seattle Art Museum then took these pictures. We did an exhibition there. Starbucks came and brought these pictures back. We had an exhibition at the biggest Starbucks at the time in Manhattan. And the photos were this. The kids fully owned it. It was a product that was theirs. I didn't humor them. I didn't, patronize them. And the creativity is what changes. And so, for example, if I say don't take a picture of a person, one little kid came back, their brother couldn't be there. So imagine a girl or her brother and the brother who couldn't be there. And so one of the photos that we revealed was a picture of one kid holding a picture of the brother who couldn't be there and the girl taking a picture of him. But since I told them no pictures of people, the one holding the picture was doing like this. That's the creativity. You give the constraint and then the thinking happens.